My name is Lonwabo, and the ladies call me Lonwabo as well. Yeah, I'm a videographer and a photographer.
I got one hand on my dick, yeah. Look like I just caught a lick, yeah. I just got back on my shit, and I am the shit, and you can say shit, yeah. I'm Leah, that be my clique, yeah. We got them asking who this, yeah. We built it up from a brick, and just like a patty, we cook it and flip, yeah. Tell me I got on my kicks, yeah. Aviator on my wrist, yeah. Okapi I keep on my hip, and come to the music, I'm over the hits, yeah. I do not fuck with a bitch, yeah. But then I fuck on your bitch, yeah. My dick so big it won't fit, it beat up the pussy, it look like a fist, yeah. Wait, I'm near, we got the city of fuck up. We got them talking like who? We never smoke in a hush. Yeah, I'm near, we got the city of fuck up. We got them talking like who? We never smoke in a hush. I kill a nigga like KKK. I catch a body like I got the look on my face, like I want the money, I gotta get paid today. I wanna pull up and flex. Glitter all over my neck, zeros all over my check. Like I want that guala, don't pay me with sex. I don't wanna fuck without a condom. That bitch, she nasty, she swallow. I just got a message in a bottle. Looking like a fucking one on lotto. Who got the juice? Who got the donkey, the boots and the boots? It's nothing new. I gotta blow up and switch up the views. I'm near, we got the city of fucked up. We got them talking like who? We never smoke in a hush. Yeah, I'm near, we got the city of fucked up. We got them talking like who? We never smoke in a hush.
I'm near obvious, I know they calling us. Give me a stage, no applause.
So just to give you guys a quick background of how I found myself, in the field of videography and photography. I haven't always had this interest. I was at school, I was trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, and just so happened to stumble across a course called Journalism and Media Studies, so I studied that, and during my third year I was able to specialize, and prior to that I did want a camera obviously, but I also wanted a new cell phone, and I needed the cell phone more than I needed the camera at the time, and I asked my parents like, yo guys, what's good? And they were like, no. So yeah, I got a cell phone, Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. Kind of wanted to double up because S4 Zoom's like that Samsung that has a lens attached to the back that zooms in. So yeah, I started off there, just taking snaps with my cell phone, and then after that I passed second year, got to third year, we were required to have our own equipment in PhotoJoe because that's the stream I chose. So brought that document home, put my parents in a corner. I was like, yo, look at this, guys. And I was like, you guys have to be like broke, for them to give me equipment. So like, you guys aren't broke, so give me some money, And they gave me money, and I went to go buy my own stuff. In my field of work, it's not very difficult to get clients. It can be though. It depends on who you know. What you know as well, just in terms of the field as a whole, and obviously your quality of work. Contrary to popular belief, the latter doesn't quite, equate to you getting more clients. You can have the best work, but it doesn't mean that people are going to constantly book you. There are a lot of factors that just, contribute to getting clients. You need to know people. You need to know who would need clients. You need to know who knows people. You need to ask people to refer you. You need to pull in favors here and there. You need to publicize your work. You need to market yourself. There's a lot you need to approach. But obviously, they all come in sequence as well. You don't do all of them at once. You do them according to where you are in your career at the time. During the inception phases, you approach people, you do, your intense marketing, you go to people and say, yo, like, don't you want to do blah, 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 and you just make yourself known. And, social media is a powerful tool. That's one of the greatest tools I personally use to get my clients. I think to date, more than half of them have come from social media alone. And, that's big. So, is getting clients difficult? To answer your question, no. Well, look, bro, when it comes to people paying you as, a private contractor, i.e. a person that works alone, It has its challenges, of course, and to be honest, I've obviously had more people pay me than people that don't pay me. That select few. I won't name drop even though I feel like doing so. But yeah, you get assholes, man, and I'm sorry to say it, but those guys are completely assholes. And it's weird because you try to equate your situation to someone in the workplace. Imagine being in the workplace, you work for a full month and you don't get your salary. What kind of excuse can your employer pull out? There's no excuse for that. You signed a contract, you had an agreement. So, I mean, it's not difficult, to be honest. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science to fulfill a promise or to honor an agreement. It really isn't. But, if you're a really horrible person deep down, then I guess you're just going to contribute to that odd few that don't pay. I obviously do have preferences when it comes to the kind of work I get contracted to do, but I'm not too fussy, when it comes to, agreeing to do the work. It's money at the end of the day, and, money is work. You don't just get it by virtue of you enjoying what you do. That's a blessing that comes as a bonus, but there are going to be those days where you get tasked to do things that you don't necessarily enjoy doing. And those are usually the most, taxing jobs, physically and, just in terms of time consumption as well, and effort that you have to put in post-production and editing. So yeah, I usually charge a bit more. A bit translates to a lot more. Yeah, I do charge more for that, and it's not because I'm trying to, how can I put it? Put myself in a position where I can maximize my income by exploiting the client. No, it's literally because what you're asking me to do needs a lot of effort. That's it. And effort equates to money. What I enjoy the most about what I do is I get to create. It feels so great. And this is, part and parcel of the reason as to why I shifted more towards videography as, time progressed. I like seeing things come to life, especially off my own hand. I love shooting things and then putting them back into my laptop and just creating something out of them. It started as a picture. You take a picture, you go back to the laptop, you edit it, make it look great, bring it to life essentially. And with videos, you can just do that a whole lot more. You can choose what you create with videos. In as much as, yes, you can set up a picture and do something, but with videos, I just like the fact that you have so much more to play around with. You can sequence into other things, you can sequence into this and that, and you can extend the time in which you are watching whatever you're watching. With a photo, it's an instant, bam, there's a photo. Unless you're looking at a piece of art, then you can analyze the finer details and say, oh, look at what this person did there. But with the photograph, it's just a moment, it looks great, excellent composition, this, that, yada yada, whatnot. But with the video, it's more than that. The complexities that go into that, I find really, really great, and I just enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. I just enjoy bringing it to life. People that I have really enjoyed working with, it's not necessarily anyone specific, but I would say it's people that don't ask me to take down my price. It's people that pay on time. It's people that pay my deposits when I request them. It's people that don't ask too much of me for what they are offering, given a circumstance where they offer. I think it's just people that are outright respectful. And to be honest, it's very rare to find those kind of people. Many times I've had to compromise, and I compromise with a smile on my face. I never really complain and say this and that, but I know deep down that this person's screwing me over, and I just don't understand why. And the second I say no to that, I know for a fact that whoever the client may be is going to victimize themselves, and complain that I'm not lenient and this or that. It happens, dude. It's what we all go through in our field of work. And but obviously as time has gone, I kind of developed a zero tolerance policy for that kind of stuff, because it really sets me back, and it sets us back as a whole. being used to visual artists that compromise themselves for you means that you're going to approach the next one with the same expectations. So if one person can stand up against that kind of rubbish, then I highly doubt that that person is going to go with the same expectations to the next. So yeah, I just enjoy working with people that respect what I do and respect my wishes as well when it comes to whatever I quote them. Yazi, andiyazi bra uba ndingathi what is my main goal, because at the end of the day I did this because I had an interest in it. DCT, Snemali. And I often get the question, is this your passion? It's not my passion. I just happen to be good at it. And if I feel as though I'm good at something and I can make a living off it, then I might as well use it as a medium to make a living. And it's not to say that I don't enjoy it. I really, really do. That's why I continue doing it and haven't, gone to seek another form of work. That's why I shifted more from photography to videography. And it's not to say that I no longer do photography. I still do because I'm fully capable of doing it. But when it boils down to preference, I prefer videos and I enjoy them more. What do I want to achieve? I want to achieve what no other creative in my field has achieved from Islam. I don't want to make it an enormous scale of in South Africa this. I want to travel the world and showcase my works at this. No, that's not me. That's not who I want to become. I want to know that in what I do, I'm recognized where I'm from. If I'm recognized in the country, then that's a blessing. It's a bonus. But I don't want to do it at an extremely large scale to a point where it puts my comfort in jeopardy, i.e. I don't want to become famous. I just want to become recognized. That's all. I want to know that when people see my name, they can put it to work, not to my face. I prefer putting my work out there. Even if you look at my Instagram, you won't see any of me on my Instagram unless you look at my stories. I used to post on my Instagram back when I wasn't too heavy in the game, but now, I just prefer using my identity as my work. I want people to identify me via my work and not anything else, because I don't like letting people in too much. It puts my comfort in a vulnerable state, and I know that, how famous people are, dude. Like, if I were to ever become famous one day, I know for a fact that my private life is going to be there for people's consumption. Not even for their observation, for their consumption. They're going to have opinions on it. They're going to have jokes. They're going to have rude comments. They're going to, I don't want to put myself in that kind of position. And it's not to say that I'll avoid it. If that's if that's the cost for what I want to achieve, then I guess I'll do it. I'll have to sell my soul, but I kind of want to avoid being in that position. Yeah, I guess.
Now with the
cela nemali jo ufuna ukugeza le ndondo le neshoda ngayo imali wena asifuni yonke lo nto le fake kodwa demali siyayicela demali tala sayithetha lo nto le demali enkosi mina ngikilidi ngcibu tata akubala demali jo hayi lazibala zonke demali.
My advice to people that are starting out, firstly and most importantly, do your research. I say this in reference to any context you can think of. Your potential clients, do your research. The equipment you want to buy, do your research. The people you're buying from, do your research. The brand you're buying from, do your research. Just get clued up on what you're doing. Don't have questions. Step out of yourself. Be your own devil's. Yes, no. Be your own devil's advocate. and ask yourself the questions that you don't want to hear, such as, how do I make my work better than the next person? How would I appeal to this market? How would I appeal to that market? Ask yourself all the questions that you know are going to better your work and help you progress in terms of establishing and furthering your career. But you know, I really just think doing your research is the most important. If I were to add to that, I'd say be vigilant, you know, take charge, take responsibility, be accountable, be ready to take heavy knocks. Not every single one of your clients is going to be happy with what you do. You're not going to be happy with every single body of work you produce. You're going to have bad days and you're going to have extremely good days too. But whatever you do, learn from your mistakes as well. And it sounds very cliche, but I've finally found myself in a position where I've had to do that a number of times, you know, especially when in the inception stages of whatever it is that you're trying to pull off. Always treat yourself as a beginner, but exert expert, you know, capabilities, exert expert characteristics, you know, let people see an expert, but always be a beginner. Just take yourself seriously.
Tanks at work. Tanks at work. We gonna just continue from there. Carter, you know.
I got a baby mama. She cooking clean, so I don't give her any daddy drama. I hit a lick and then I smoke me up some marijuana. I want no beef, I treat these rappers like I'm Dalai Lama. Whoa, a little nigga grew up playing Contra. When I was sick, we had no money, I became the doctor. I had a chance to rewrite history, I became the author. I'm shooting shots at all my goals like I was playing soccer.
Young West, I ain't no way. I'm blessed up, check a shoe game. Interest when you dues pay. Look at all the girls, they just want away. I be taking flight, and I'm switching